back to another episode of Bobcat Sports Weekly. This is the 4th installment, and this is my co-host,
Nick Brown.
and I am Ethan Bishop, and we're ready to start week 4 of Bobcat Sports Weekly. So let's get into some action.
So the Bobcats volleyball team went on the road at Fort Chiswell last Thursday. They got the big win, 3-0.
Yep, brought out the brooms.
Again, and they continue their dominant role. They are now, if I do my math correctly, 11-0 in sets as they swept Pulaski 4-0, Marion 4-0, and now Fort Chiswell 3-0. So that's 11 straight sets won, and they're looking fantastic as always already.
Yep.
Rolling quickly here into the season.
Yeah, they've been on an absolute tear. We've also got our first home game coming up this week, too. Tell us about that.
Yep, so we're recording this Monday. Next, this coming up Thursday will be that match against Fort Chiswell, who we beat already last week. We will bring you that results next episode, I guess, next week. But Charlie says they're playing really well, and this team already looks like it's as good as last year, in which we didn't know how it was going to be, losing a ton of seniors, ton of height, but they're looking as good, if not even a little bit better than last year.
Yeah, for sure. And also too, a message to all of our students and fans. We want our Thursday game to be popping. We want a whole lot of people there, and we want a lot of students there to get that crowd hyped up.
Yep, so that'll also be the same day as the JV football game, so we're hoping that you can come to either of those two. But hopefully we can be there to make the Bobcat Gymnasium rocking for the first home volleyball game, as this is another great season and hopefully another run to state.
So now let's talk about the golf team.
Yep, so golf last week we got a district win over Giles. We actually got the second place in the regular season district trophy, so behind Floyd. Floyd's looking really good this year. But we also got news that the top 2 teams in region get to go to state.
Oh, man.
So it was only if you had to win state, you got to go to state. Win region, you go to state. But now it's the top 2 of region go to state. So that increases our chances to get to states, which is at the River Course, our home course. So if we get there, we hope people can come out. Golf matches are fun to watch.
Yep, for
Pretty
sure.
relaxing.
And let's talk about too the you guys have a tradition with Floyd's.
Yeah.
And you guys, every single time that one of them beats each other, they have a pig that they decorate, and you guys have the pig this week.
Yeah, so
you guys beat them.
We do have the pig. It is about a 1.5 foot plastic pig. Every week or every win, the team that won, Floyd or Radford, gets to take it home and then paint over it, put their logo or tally for win or whatever on it. So I mean it's kind of a cool tradition that it's new this year. And then I got word that it'll be retired at the end of the year, and then another pig will be brought in next year. So it's kind of a cool new tradition between the two. Kind of incites a little bit of, I guess, a rivalry or competition between the two teams.
Yep, 2 of the top teams in
We
the
are
district.
in the district. We actually are, because we won. Came in second. Floyd won the district, so we are. So yeah, that incites a little bit of, I guess, rivalry and some competition. So that's kind of cool. I think it's a little strange, but
It's a little bit weird, but I mean it's
it
a
is
cool
what
tradition.
It is. It's very unique. That's what we'll say about that. But for that, it's cool. But yeah, it brings in a little bit of, like I said, rivalry between the two. So yeah, we won at Giles last week, and then that was the final true district team. So we have today. We're recording this Monday. We have a match at Auburn Hills. We will play Floyd again, so we'll have the pig will be up for the line again. They'll be against Auburn, Floyd, and I think Patrick County also. And then we play Wednesday. Not sure where that is. Pretty sure it's a river course. So that should be a good one. Also, that's a home match. Looking to play well. Trevor Price still on a tear. And he's looking good.
Yep, for sure.
Junior.
And then we also had a couple of cross-country meets. Let's talk about those.
We did. So the cross-country, they had a relay meet, not a full meet, but they had a relay meet at Dedman Center on Wednesday. Both teams placed in the top 6 from what I remember. They looked very good. Kara was very pleased. He said there's a lot of teams there, so he's proud of them for the relay, so coming in that. So they could have done better, but he was pleased for them right now.
Yep.
And then they also played ran Saturday, and girls placed really well. There's apparently 55 teams. That was the Knights Cross Invitation, but 50 plus teams there. That's a lot. And that's not just 2A. You're going up against 4A schools also over in Roanoke.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal, big time. They're looking very good. Hopefully they can continue to roll through 2A schools, because that's what all they'll have to compete in regions with. So that's not bad. So if you're placed in the top 5 in the area with 4A, 3A schools also, that's pretty darn good.
Yeah, it's definitely not bad at all. And hopefully soon we can try and get you guys some of their mile splits and all that. Sadly, we couldn't do it this week, but
we will bring you that next week. They do have a meet Wednesday and Saturday. Excuse me, just Saturday, not Wednesday. So they just have one this Saturday. So we'll definitely bring you the times for that one coming up for next week. And then also ending up the week before that meet is Friday. Big game at Fort Chiswell.
Yep, our football team goes on to Fort Chiswell. We had a bye week last week, but so they're gonna have some fresh legs this week, and
yeah, they're taking on the Pioneers at Fort Chiswell, and we actually got to meet up with Ben Cox, and we got to ask him a few questions about the game and his recruiting coming up. Roll it. Hello and welcome to the Bobcat Sports Weekly exclusive interview. Today on the show we have our very one and only D1 athlete,
Ben Cox,
and he is here to talk about all about the football team and his recruiting process, as we have some good questions lined up for him. So first off, man, you're going to Vanderbilt. That's pretty freaking awesome. Explain the whole recruiting process and how many hours you really poured into reaching out to coaches and how long it took.
Definitely, it's a lot of time. It's a big time commitment, but it all worked out in the end. I'm very blessed to be in this position. Definitely, I'm very thankful for every coach who gave me an opportunity. And Vanderbilt was just the perfect one for me. It was exactly what I wanted to.
So let's talk about like your year coming up at Vandy. Obviously you just told us like why you chose it, but let's see like what's to look forward to at Vandy for you.
Well, definitely. The reason I wanted to play, I wanted to get my education. I wanted to get a great education.
Yeah, Vandy's a great school.
Vanderbilt is one of the best schools I can go to.
Yep.
And I wanted to play the highest level of football, and I mean SEC can't get much better than that. So
yeah, for sure.
Definitely those are the reasons why for Vanderbilt.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We get to play like Alabama and LSU and all those big time SEC schools in Florida. So that's big time, man. That's awesome. We're really excited about all of that. So obviously you're going to Vanderbilt, but of course you've got an even more important season this season first before you go there. So obviously there's a lot of rumors saying that this could be the best Radford football team we've ever had. Explain, like, do you guys really have that mentality that you could really go all the way? Because I know the fans really think that.
Well, I mean, of course we think that, but we just got to take it week by week, go 1-0 every week. We can't overlook anyone. Coach Saunders always says, respect all, fear none. We always got to respect the guys we're playing, because they all have talent too. We can't overlook them and look ahead to the state championship, because the only way we can get there is by winning each week.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. I mean, you can't look over an opponent, obviously, like Virginia Tech and Old Dominion. Last year they looked over Old Dominion, lost. I mean, you can't really. I mean, like you say, you got to respect everyone, because I mean, and even the little dog, even top off the biggest, and obviously we're probably going to be looked at. People are going to look forward to playing us each year. So this year, because we're obviously so good. So the offensive line also.
Yeah. We also got to talk about our lines. That's one of the main reasons why we are here. We've got you. We've also brought in Kip Green. You can tell us a little bit about how that's helped you guys out. You got Andrew Olson. Tell us about like the offensive and defensive lines that help carry this team.
Well, definitely we've gotten a lot of size. Kip coming in, he's a great athlete, and I mean he's a big guy, but he can move too. It's really good for us, and it's good we can go against each other in practice, really make each other better. That's one thing that made me better, was going up against Ethan Hoffman last year every day in practice. He's such a good athlete too, so we work each other to get better every day. That's how you build a championship team.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you talked about practice, and I know you guys poured a ton of work into the off season. How have you guys really worked hard in the off season from last year? We obviously were really good, but we reached that upper tier for this year. How much work did you all put in the off season?
Well, I mean, we were in there every day. I mean, I know I'd go extra. Just every day when it gets hard, just think back to losing at Graham. I mean, I don't want to have that feeling again.
Yeah.
Of coming so close and not getting it. So every time it gets hard, I just think back to that and know one more rep could be the difference in winning
Yeah, so you guys obviously lost in the semifinals last year. It was, obviously not great, but it's still an awesome season coming in off of a 2-win season, coming in and getting to the state semis. And then, of course, just losing to the state champions. That's no joke. They had some superstars on there. So, I know everybody in the New River Valley, even I'm talking to people in Blacksburg and Pulaski and Christiansburg, they're all saying, yeah, Bradford's got a team this year. They can easily go far. Mm-hmm. So I think so, too. Y'all looking extremely good. Better than last year, I think. So we got Fort Chiswell this week, and homecoming next week. So you got a couple of games, but it's the 2A schools, not disregarding them, but
you
guys
can't forget the Pulaski league.
That was such a dominant win.
Obviously, it was just a scrimmage, but still, that's a big win.
That's still a 4A school.
4A,
Yeah, still a 4A school to dominate that well on every side of the ball. So y'all look just amazing. I was talking to my dad just a couple of days ago. He said, yeah, if you look at any position, you're going to have a weapon there. You go wide receiver, you got Xavier, running back, obviously, PJ, and then offensive line. Oh my gosh, you guys. I saw a picture of y'all. I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel so small. But it's just, we've never had this much depth in every position possible. So it's ridiculous. And then, of course, Zane Roop on the quarterback, and y'all protecting him so well. It's just unbelievable how deep we are in every position this year. So that's exciting. We're really glad. So obviously we have the mentality that you guys can go all the way, and you said it also that you guys really want that badly, especially being so close last year. So has Coach Saunders said anything about that? Or I know he wants to keep focusing on the next thing, but has he said anything hey guys, we got to keep going?
He knows we have talent, but he keeps harping on us focusing on each week individually, because if we look ahead, we'll start to forget about the guys we got next, and then we won't end up playing well or whatever may happen. But he's definitely, I think he knows what we potentially have. Last year, one thing we had is that we were hungry. No one expected us to be good. We came out and worked hard because we knew we could do it. We were the only ones who knew we could do it. And this year, the one thing that's going to stop us is us looking ahead and not realizing that we have to play each week like it's our last game, because we never know. We never know what happens in football, especially once we get playoffs.
Yeah.
We just got to focus each week and see what happens.
So, hopefully everybody stays healthy. It was really unfortunate losing Justice, and that's, he's such a great athlete, such a great linebacker and friend. So that really sucks, but I know he's obviously still believes that y'all are really there for it, and he's obviously still going to be part of the team and all that. So if we can stay healthy, man, there's nothing, I don't see anything holding y'all back. They look really good this year. So, Ben, it was glad to have you on the show.
Yeah, man.
You got anything last words, Ethan?
We're just very happy to have you on the show today, and also too, we hope that you guys have a killer rest of your season. We also wish you the best of luck at Vanderbilt.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir. We're excited to keep on that black and gold tradition at Vanderbilt and carry on the Bobcat torch. So this has been our exclusive interview with Ben Cox. Actually, this is our first interview with someone. So there you go, you got that title. So this has been our first interview on Bobcat Sports Weekly, and we'll cut back to the studio.
Anchor down.
Yeah, Ben and the rest of the team very enthusiastic about this. Pioneers, we beat them twice last year, once in the playoffs, once in the regular season. So it looks to be pretty good. I'm not sure if they're really looking any stronger, but it is what it is. So they'll look to continue their big old dominant role here in the 2A spectrum. This is a district match, a district game, excuse me. Hopefully you guys can pull out. It's about a 45 minute drive, so not terrible. So if you can definitely make it, please do. There will be a student section, of course. There's a lot of seniors going. So
Hawaiian theme this week too.
That's what I've heard. The rumor is Hawaiian theme, so that's always a good one. So hopefully you guys can come out. Bobcat Nation always travels well, so if you can make it, definitely try to go, because this is, this football team's special. You definitely don't want to miss any of their games this year.
Yep, for sure. This is looking like one of the best years in Bobcat football in recent memories. So.
Yeah. So we're excited. Coach Saunders is excited. Ben Cox and the team is very excited. So we'll see what's going on. Hopefully they can. Hopefully next week we'll be talking about the big win on Friday. So that's definitely the goal, and they're looking very good this year. So is all the Bobcat sports. Volleyball, golf. We had a good, successful week last week. Cross country had a good week. So looking pretty strong coming into this week. Hopefully we can keep all that momentum rolling in all of our sports.
Yep. So this has been our 4th installment. We want to thank Ben Cox for coming in and talking with us for a little bit, and we'll see you next week.
Go Bobcats.
Thank you.